This episode of the MMA Complex podcast is brought to you by HollowRockGear.com.
Go to HollowRockGear.com, register at the site, and use the promo code COMPLEX15 to get 15% off your order. It is some of the best sports apparel money can buy. Again, go to HollowRockGear.com.
Welcome to another edition of the MMA Complex. How are you doing, James?
I'm doing well, man. Yourself?
Good. Oh, good. I'm kind of just a little sick right now. I'm a little under the weather. It's not too bad. Mostly just a lot of sneezing and stuff like that, but I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing, though?
Good. I mean, I've been burning midnight oil at work, but other than that, I've been doing well. I think I've been working, and then I discovered, I talked to off camera, but I discovered Tony's Pizza, which is a local pizzeria here in LA.
Yeah.
I've been going there every other day, and then I go to the store and buy beer. It's like I'm not. Yeah, I'm trying to lose weight, but drinking beer and pizza is not a good ingredient.
I haven't been to Tony's Pizza yet. Tony's Pizza is it's weird. It's local here in Whittier, right?
Yeah. It's in the Woodwood Mall area.
Yeah.
So those of you guys who live near the Woodwood Mall, check it out. It's
I'm not sure how many of you live around here.
Probably none.
Probably none.
Yeah, because when we go out and we say we live in Whittier, no one knows where it's at.
No one knows where Whittier is at. It's a suburb of Los Angeles. It's right outside the downtown area. We're like 20 minutes out.
I mean, but we're in the middle. We're in the middle between the OC and LA, so I think it's perfect.
It's smack dab in the middle of the OC and downtown and LA, so it's right there. But we're technically still LA.
Yeah, county, right? We're about 30 minutes north from LA. I mean, east of LA.
Yeah. And
30 minutes to the OC. Yeah. So
it would take us a lot. It would be a lot quicker to get to where we want to go, like Hollywood, or even Universal, which is further. If it wasn't for traffic, everything is added 30 to an hour because of traffic, especially on the way back. It's horrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So how'd you get sick, anyways?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know anybody that was sick around me.
Probably lack of sleep.
Maybe lack of sleep. But I figured I was tired over the weekend, and I don't know what it was because I was out. I went out here and there. So I don't think it was the partying that got me tired. It was more of because I didn't go too hard.
Yeah.
I think it was more of just sick, and I was sleeping 8-9 hours, and I was
geez, that's nice.
Yeah, and I was I figured it was just because I was sick. Now I chalk it up to now that I was just sick, and that's why I was even after I got the 8 or 9 hours, I was still tired. I still was groggy for a few hours.
Yeah, that's what happens if you're sick and you sleep. That's usually what happens. You're probably trying to recover.
Yeah. Did you watch the fights this weekend?
I did. Before we get into that, I'm kind of bummed that we missed Raw.
I'm bummed that we missed Raw because Raw, WWE Raw, and then the live house show were this week, and we weren't able to go. Work for you,
right? See, if I already knew,
money for me.
You told me about it. It's
expensive, man.
But I forget. I didn't put in my calendar that it was that week. I was out about tickets.
I mean, there's SmackDown tonight. We could drive to San Diego if you want. It's not that expensive. Or there's NXT at the end of the month.
Oh, really? It's not expensive?
It's not that expensive.
How much are tickets?
Maybe $50 at the most.
Let's go.
For San Diego. And it's tonight, around 7, something like that.
I'm down, dude.
It's not that bad. Well, I'll check once we're done with the show.
Yeah. Woo! Yes. But yeah, it was a great women's championship match. Charlotte dropped her title.
Charlotte. Charlotte is Ric Flair's daughter, if people who don't know.
Yeah. That corkscrew that I showed you.
That was crazy.
Moonsault from the top ropes. Yeah. Insane. But yeah.
She's super pretty, but she's built, man. She's an Amazon.
Solid. Yeah, she's tall, Amazon. Athletic, very athletic. To pull off a backwards moonsault corkscrew in the air. It's insane.
Not as muscular as China was, but just as big. Just as stocky, built.
6-pack.
Yeah, 6-pack.
Beautiful, lengthy, tall.
Yeah.
Man.
She's a really good wrestler. I mean, professional wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
She's really good.
Ability.
Yeah.
Great.
It was I wish we would have went because then that would have been a good moment to go because she was the main event, right?
Yeah, that was the main event.
It was the first main event I heard in 12 years for a women's title.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I read.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it was like a 20-minute match. Great. And then they had Ashley Kutcher was there and
On the
a
Raw.
few other celebrities. Oh, also De La Hoya was there too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. He took his kids.
That's what happens when you're in LA. It's like all the celebrities come in.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher was on the show, right? He was like in a skit.
Yeah, he did some vignettes with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho.
Do they call it skits or do they call it vignettes?
Vignettes. No, it's like the
vignettes,
like the wrestling term.
Oh, okay. Because they don't want to call it skits.
Yeah, I think skits. I mean, it sounds
it's almost like
fake.
SNL.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I mean, it was good. As far as the fights, I mean, I caught. I think the main event only. I was at work. I just had to like hurry it up. Good fight, man.
Yeah.
Very competitive. Did you watch it?
I did not see it. No, but I caught the highlights. I caught some of the you showed me the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
I caught some of the news online. But
Okay.
that was it. Really.
Yeah.
You're saying that people could go on YouTube and catch all the raw footage from the night before.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you just go to the WWE YouTube page, they pretty much have all the segments and all the matches on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
In highlight form, about 3-minute videos. You can catch, like you can just watch each video and have pretty much know what happened that night. No, but I was talking about the UFC fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close main event, very competitive main event
Very
between
competitive.
Lineker and Dodson. What did you think about that fight?
I thought it was close, but I thought Lineker won. I mean, I thought I think did you pick Lineker?
I picked Lineker.
You picked Lineker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a good fight. I mean, it was close, but I agreed with you too. I thought that Lineker won.
Yeah, same here. I think the second round was a round that it could have went either way.
Yeah.
I did give Dodson the first and the fifth round.
Yeah.
Second round was questionable, but I mean, if Dodson would have won, like I told you before, I don't have no problem with that.
I think this fight especially cements Lineker as
a contender,
as the contender, because I've had my doubts about him before in terms of like him being just a power puncher, not much more.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's beating guys like Dodson, and it's like.
And going 5 rounds too.
And going 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Which
says a lot.
Yeah, you can't deny the guy. You can't have doubts about the guy anymore. You know what I mean? Like he's got a solid chin, he's got cardio, and he's got knockout power. Mm-hmm. And that's tough. That's tough for anybody.
Yeah, as far as fighters go, I think he deserves that title shot, but put it in entertainment value. I think Cody Gambler might get the next shot.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, just because the story's there. There's a heated rivalry between those two guys, and it's an intriguing match. Even though I think Dominic Cruz is gonna win the fight, I think he could avoid Cody's power. The story of Cody knocking out his last opponents in the first round would kind of make. I think the UFC will promote it like he has a chance of knocking Dominic Cruz out. Which I mean, that's
not the same weight class though.
135.
Isn't it
135.
Mighty Mouse?
No, Cody Gambart's 135.
But what about Mighty Mouse and Dodson?
Dodson's 135. He moved up.
But and then Lineker is
135.
135 against Mighty Mouse.
No, Lineker and Dodson are both 135 pounders.
But he's not going to stay in Mighty Mouse's division.
Who, Lineker?
Yeah.
No, he's at 130. He's a bantamweight now. He's been a bantamweight.
He's been a bantamweight.
Yeah.
I'll get it confused though. Isn't it Dominic?
He's a 135 pounder.
135 pounder
champion.
Yeah.
Cody Gambar is probably the next contender for the 135 pound fight. The next fight between Johnson and Lineker was at 135.
Oh, was that 135?
Yeah. Yeah, because Johnson moved up a weight class.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that's all I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because
Johnson was throwing me off. That was throwing me off. I didn't even realize it was a
135. After dropping 2 fights to the champion, Mighty Mouse, he moved up.
He moved up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I was saying to you before, that this 135 pound division is really interesting.
Yeah.
Having guys like Lineker, Johnson, Cody Gambart, TJ Dillashaw, Rafael Sanso, those animals, man.
Animals.
But I think Cody doesn't get the next shot at Dominic just because of the storyline.
Yeah.
And I favor Dominic Cruz, but Lineker is right there as well. It's a healthy division for sure.
Then you have what's his name? TJ, and then you have Misha Tate's boy. What's his name?
Brian Caraway. Aljamain
Sterling is there. I mean, he lost some steam against losing against Caraway, but
he's still a name that can draw money.
Yeah, definitely.
Ratings.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a very stacked, interesting division. I think, although I think that Lineker deserves to fight Dominic, I think they're going to give it to Cody.
Yeah.
Because of the storyline of their rivalry, and they've been bickering it back and forth. I think Dominic Cruz wants that fight as well.
Yeah.
So
not bad, man.
Should be
not
good.
bad. Another thing that happened this week was the purchasing of small shares from a good amount of A-list celebrities.
Yeah.
As we all know, WME and IMG own the UFC now. And then there are a lot of big-time power playing, executives in the Hollywood world. And, Ari Emanuel, who, for those who don't know who Ari Emanuel is, he's one of the top agents in Hollywood. And if you haven't seen Entourage, the
TV show.
the character of Ari Gold, Jeremy Piven's character is based off of Ari Emanuel because he's so much of a character that, that's who they based him off of. That's who Jeremy Piven based off his character off of Ari Emanuel. But Ari is CEO of IMG, either WME or IMG. I think he's IMG CEO or co-CEO. And, he approached a lot of these celebrities because they were some of the people that would hit him up for tickets anyway. And then he went after some celebrities that he felt like would be interested in being a part of the company.
Yeah.
Just to list off a few of them, you have The Weeknd, who's a big-time musician right now. You have Adam Levine from Maroon 5. You have Ben Affleck. You have DJ Calvin Harris. You have Cam Newton, Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Kimmel, Mark Wahlberg, Rob Dyrdek, Michael Bay. You got Trey Parker.
That one surprised me.
That one surprised you? Yeah, that one surprised me too. Tyler Perry. That one surprised me.
Yeah.
Venus Williams, Tom Brady, Serena Williams, Maria Sharapova, LL Cool J, Guy Fieri, Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers,
and Anthony Kiedis.
And Anthony Kiedis, and a few others. Who else?
Damn, what a list that was.
Yeah, that's just a few of them. But I mean, the reason that Ari Emanuel went towards these people and he felt like they would be interested and they would be good people to purchase is that having these type of celebrities would cement that MMA is no longer just a niche sport, that it is mainstream. And do you feel like with these people as part of the company now, as part owners and WIME, IMG, and all the future plans that they most likely will have some big plans for the company and for the UFC fighters moving forward, do you think he's right in that it's moved, that having these people on board cements it even more as a mainstream sport?
Yeah. Before I get into it, it's crazy to me. 10 years ago, Dana White, he always talked about Hollywood agents, and he would always kind of badmouth them, and didn't want to deal with them. And now you have a big Hollywood,
the biggest Hollywood agent, one of them,
running his company, which is kind of ironic. But I mean, I think he's right. I think like TV companies like E, those people who cover these A-list celebrities on a daily basis are talking about the UFC.
Yeah.
Like these guys like E who they cover these celebrities are going to be talked about with the UFC now. So I think they're right. And I think in the last 2 years it's become a mainstream sport anyways. You see it more often on ESPN. When big fights happen anything with Conor McGregor, and like celebrities are always tweeting it out and watching this fight. So I think the sport's there, and I think having these celebrities make it a more welcoming sport, I think, and people's minds.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's. I mean, it was always the UFC. It was always Dana White, the Fertittas, and you have one of the princes, the Saudi princes, owning part of it. When they sold to him, it was a big deal. When they sold the percentage to him, it was a big deal. And the fact that like they're bought out and right away, not even 6 months later, not even 3, barely even a few months later, it's sold to some of the highest profile celebrities in the world, and it's just crazy. I don't think it was gonna go this fast. I don't know if it would ever go public and people could buy shares in the UFC or like I don't know how it's mind-boggling. I think this does cement it even more so in the mainstream, and I think having people like this aboard and these names attached to it. I mean, Conan O'Brien broke the news on his show, saying that him along with all these other celebrities, were a part of part owners. And I mean, now looking back on it, they were like Conan and Jimmy Kimmel. Both of those guys would have UFC fighters on their show quite often.
Right, especially Conor McGregor. Yeah, and
Ronda Rousey and all them. So it is no surprising that they are owners of the company too. I think they're small shares. I don't think they have much of a say, but I think this definitely cements it as a mainstream sport.
Yeah, it's
having these people attached to it.
It's just crazy because the sport's very young. I think it started in '93.
Yeah,
and seeing it then and seeing it now, it's like night and day.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's our little sport growing up, man. It's to the masses now, and I mean, if this is happening within only 2 months of them owning the company, can you imagine what happens in a year from now, and what's going to happen to this company and to the sport in general?
What I would like to see is that the fighters somehow benefit from it, because even with this, like the sale, these celebrities purchasing it, I'm still like the fighters are still struggling. You know what I mean? The fighters are still
that's what's sad.
Not getting their just due. They're not getting paid like mainstream sports athletes yet. So once that changes, then yes. But
or even like the whole Reebok deal. I mean,
the Reebok deal.
If it was like a major league sport,
these
fighters would be unionized a long time ago. But the fact that they're not, and they still have to obey the master in a lot of ways. They're still. In a lot of ways, these fighters are still stuck in '93.
Yeah, these fighters.
The company is moving on, and these fighters are still getting paid scraps to put their life on the line.
Yep. Well, they're not getting. They're. I mean, the sport's moving in that direction. The company's moving in that direction. The fighters are still.
Unless you're Conor McGregor.
Unless you're Conor McGregor. Unless you're the exception.
Yeah. Yes. But even Conor McGregor, compared to like
he's got to fight for it. He's got to fight for it.
And he's got to chump change. I think guys should be getting paid Mayweather money.
Yeah.
Or at least something like that.
Conor's making good money, but he's not getting paid Mayweather.
But then again, like a lot of fighters aren't playing the game as well.
That's true.
It's to their own fault. They're not getting paid.
Yeah. It's to their own fault that they're not getting paid. Yeah.
Because the blueprint's out there how to make, because people need to realize it's an entertainment business as well as fighting. And people, whether they hate you or love you, they need to care and you need to put yourself out there. So in a lot of ways, they do it to themselves. But I think everyone should be paid on the same scale.
Yeah,
sure.
And then you brought up somebody earlier off camera about how you felt like hasn't put in their work in terms of promoting themselves, but has some pretty big issues. With the company.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Speaking of money. And speaking of fighters, there's one fighter who is very unhappy with the company. The former UFC featherweight champion, Jose Aldo. As you know, he fought Frankie Edgar for the interim title at UFC 200. Dana White promised him that whoever wins that fight is going to fight Conor next. And Dana White also went on public to say that Conor needs to defend that 145-pound title, and if he doesn't, he's going to get stripped. Well, we all know that. That's not going to happen. And we all know that Conor McGregor is going to face Eddie Alvarez for the UFC lightweight title, which leaves Jose Aldo with a very sour taste in his mouth. He's upset. He feels like he got played by the UFC. He feels like he got lied by the UFC, and he's pretty much had enough with the UFC. And he's asking to not only get released, but he's taking the UFC to court.
Yeah.
Do you see this situation with Jose Aldo? Coming to fruition as far as him getting a title shot, or do you think he's gonna leave? Do you think he's calling bluff, or do you think this is going to happen?
I don't know if he's calling like calling bluff, or he's trying to test the UFC in some way and trying to angle. He's playing a pretty dangerous game, I think, and he's playing pretty tough.
Yeah, man.
He's saying that he won't even come back for a Conor fight, like that he's threatening to take him to court. There's really no fight that he's interested in. The only option for him is that he wants out of his contract, and he's gonna fight them in court to do so.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why he's upset. I understand his reasoning, but I mean, it's just the name of the game. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you can't blame Conor because Conor. I mean, anybody in Conor's situation would have done what Conor's doing.
Yeah, or any situation, take that fight.
Yeah,
you know
I think the ones to be upset about is the UFC for lying to him.
Yeah,
Dana shouldn't promise anything and then not come through with it. I think that's what got Josie upset. I think if Dana White never had said, "Okay, well, you're getting Conor next," and that's it.
Yeah.
Then I don't think he'd be too upset.
Well, because
he got lied to publicly.
Yeah, because we saw that during the negotiations, during the whole rumblings of the Eddie and McGregor fight being talked about. Nurmagomedov and Jose Aldo's names are being thrown out there as
being pawns.
As pawns, pretty much.
Yeah,
so I can see why they're upset. It's really, if Eddie turned it down and accepted the fight with Khabib, then there wouldn't. I mean, McGregor would have pretty much had no other choice but to go back to 145 and fight Jose. But since
you can't,
Eddie took the fight, then
right. You can't fault Conor, and I mean Conor made a very good point at the press conference saying that. He went around the world with Conor for that promotion tour.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks out, Jose pulled out.
Yeah.
Why put yourself through a camp and knowing or being afraid that your opponent might pull out at the end? So Conor has a good point of, picking someone else.
And then when he did knock him out in 13 seconds the last time. So it's like...
Yeah, and at the same time, on the other side of the coin, Jose Aldo, who was undefeated for 10 years, who was part of the UFC's greatest featherweight champion. You see his career before the Conor fight and see how it's going now.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But seeing Jose Aldo, threatening to take the UFC to court, it reminds you of one Randy Couture. What happened when he do take the UFC to court? He's been pretty much erased from the UFC's history, and I'm afraid that this might happen to Jose Aldo too. He might become another Randy Couture in 2016.
Yeah. I mean, he did beat Frankie. He is an interim title. I know he wants to unify the belt and he wants to avenge that loss. I don't think it'll go the same way the second time around.
No.
At least not that quickly. I mean, even if he did lose again, it won't go that quickly. I don't know. It's a dangerous game he's playing. I don't see how he financially can go head to head with the UFC in court.
Yeah, because he's saying he wants to retire from the sport altogether. He
wants to retire from the sport.
He's not even considering Bellator or other promotions.
I heard Road FC, which is a Japanese promotion, is offering him entry into the $1 million tournament, something like that.
Oh man!
I know Vanderlei Silva invited him to go into Ryzen.
The thing is that he's a contracted fighter, so
he's contracted.
There's no way he can compete.
Yeah.
And I think the UFC, won't release him for that.
They won't release him.
They're gonna use him as an example.
And I think he still had multiple fights left on his contract, so he's not like he's almost at the end.
So he can't make money as far as fighting. He can't do any broadcasting.
He's got no other options. I don't know what he can do.
He has a hamburger business in Brazil.
He's got a hamburger shop in Brazil. I mean,
I think a lot of Brazilian fans are frustrated, but I mean,
I love Jose Aldo. I've talked about it before. I've always felt like he's underappreciated, but a part of it's because of his own fault. Mm-hmm. He never put himself out there. He was always
he's one of those guys who he refuses to learn the language.
Yeah, he refuses to learn the language. He would fight and then take off. He'd pull out a fight sometimes. So it's just I don't know. Yeah, I always thought he should have been bigger than he was.
And I think a lot of North American fans are kind of tired of Jose and the stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
I think this is the UFC's example. This is what happens when you try to take us to court. And obviously, he will win financially because the UFC has the power to make him disappear. It's an unfortunate situation. I wish that the Dana White would never promise anybody anything.
I mean, hopefully they could come to terms. hopefully he can calm down. I don't see that happening now from what I'm reading. Just defend his title against Max Holloway. That would be a good one. I know Max Holloway's been, pressuring him to fight.
That's a great fight, man, for coming back to the title. I mean, I feel bad for the 145-pound division, too. It's being on hold yet again.
But you'll still be the champ,
Yeah. I don't even see Conor going back to 145, to be honest. I mean, if he's come to a 155. He's used to having these fights in this time, and not having to cut weight, and then knowing he has to go back to 145. That's a big.
I think at 155.
I think Conor just wants to win that bout to say they're the two-division champion, and he'll drop the 145-pound title.
I think at 155, this would probably be the best fight for him.
Yeah, it's
style-wise.
If he's gonna win 2 titles, it's gonna be against Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah, because Khabib, style-wise, is tough.
It's a nightmare.
Even Dos Anjos, style-wise, is tough.
But then it's hard to pick against Conor, though, man.
It's hard to pick against Conor. It is.
Even though I think I've become a fan over the last 4 or 5 months. But yeah, you're right. The reason it might be a 2-division champion is going to be against Eddie Alvarez.
It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. I think style-wise, I think this is probably his best matchup against Eddie.
I think he's just claim 2 bouts and then drop it and just stay at 155.
Yeah.
Because it'd be kind of hard to defend 2 titles at the same time. It'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because either the 155-pound division or 145-pound division are going to be held up in some way. One guy is champion of both divisions, so I think at some point he should just drop the 145-pound title. I think 155 is his ideal weight.
I think so too.
I think 145 is just too much of a weight. Even though he cuts weight and he makes the weight at no problem, I think it's kind of.
And a lot of people talk about his weight cut, but I mean he's got like a weird bone structure. Anyways, he's gonna look.
Who doesn't
who doesn't look like shit when they cut weight?
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be a factor. But speaking of titles, we have a very interesting title match this weekend between Michael Bisping and Dan Henderson for the UFC middleweight title fight. That's a rematch from UFC 100. Both Bisping and Henderson, they were coaches for the Ultimate Fighter, I believe, and then obviously
we all know what happened there.
Dan Henderson knocked him out.
Yeah.
Henderson, after this fight, the fans kind of wanted this fight to happen. It's going to happen. Henderson made it clear that going to lose, he's going to retire after this fight. But then you got Michael Bisping saying that he's willing to face Chris Weidman, but not Yoel Romero. Mm-hmm. So he's kind of picking and choosing who he wants to fight. Do you like the fact that he's kind of picking and choosing, and do you think that he has a right to do that?
I think as a champ you do, but I don't like how he's going about it. I mean, he's like,
he's like the king. He's like the king.
Nobody. I don't know if anybody was really asking for this Dan Henderson fight. I think Bisping just wanted it because redemption, and I think that it was a perfect time for Bisping to call out Henderson. 8 years or 7 years afterwards, or something like that.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know. And Henderson was already retired, or at least considering retirement. Bisping pulled him back in. It's a perfect time to fight him because we obviously seen Henderson take some shots and he doesn't take the shots very well anymore. But he's still dangerous. He's still winning fights. He beat Bosch. He beat Lombard. I mean, he's still a dangerous guy.
Yeah.
I don't know about Bisping, man. It's like everybody that's champ now is doing the Conor thing. We're just calling everybody out who they want, different weight classes. Trying to get those big money fights. Bisping's calling out GSP. He's calling out Chris Weidman, but says no to Romero. He's calling out. Who else is calling out? I don't know who. He's like he doesn't want
fighters. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do I think he's right in the way he's going about it? You can't fault him for it because everybody else is doing it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think, but a lot of people, do that, champions, and it comes across as fake.
It does. I mean,
well, Michael Bisping, a lot of people see him as a dick, anyways. A lot of people see him as a prima donna and a holier than thou.
Yeah.
And him doing this, kind of like proves everybody right. And
that or he's ducking people too because he's got
Oh, he
tough
knows.
division.
He knows what that belt brings him as far as pay-per-view points and all the benefits coming with that belt. And I think he wants to fight guys who he thinks he can go over with, and he wants to stay away from the dangerous guys. I think he wants to be champion as much as he can. And I mean, fuck, you can't hate the guy for doing it.
You can't. I mean, you can't. He's earned
the way he's doing it.
He's earned that title now.
Yeah, but for the way he's doing it is kind of a douchey kind of move.
Yeah.
But I mean, for those Conor haters out there, I mean, this is like the product of Conor, man. Conor set
the trends.
Yeah, I mean, Conor McGregor by himself has changed the sport by how we view money,
titles, weight classes,
all
everything.
That. Yeah, Conor changed the game by himself, which is mind-boggling.
But what sets him aside from all these others, like Bisping calling out different weight classes and stuff like that, is the fact that that he's a draw. Is that Conor sells, where Bisping not so much.
He's almost like an Undertaker, where that when Undertaker doesn't wrestle all year long, but when he does, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
when Conor fights, it's a big deal, man. It's a spectacle on its own, man. Mm-hmm. Like before Conor and Eddie got announced, it was a great card on paper, but it can be better. But as soon as the UFC announced the Conor fight, it's become a spectacle again. It's become something to talk about. I'm going kind of off subject, but yeah, Michael Bisping.
Sorry,
you right? Drink some beer, man. And while you do that, today's beer choice.
Oh yeah. Talk about the beer.
Goose Island, Goose IPA, one of my favorite beers. Probably my favorite IPAs. Those of you guys who drink IPAs know that the aftertaste is bitter, but with Goose, it's a mixture of malts and hops together, so it's almost like it's a good balance. It's also winner of 6 gold medals for taste at the Great Beer American Festival.
And they're not a sponsor either.
No, this is my commercial.
They're
I
not
love
a sponsor.
for beer, yeah. So
and Goose is like James's favorite beer.
Yeah, it is.
And he might as well be their marketing director because
so any Goose representatives watching the show, hire me.
Yeah, because he knows Goose
I make commercials.
IPA.
So anyway, if you guys like IPA, I suggest you drink this stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Which brand?
Goose IPA.
But what's
Goose Island.
Yeah, but is it? Normally they have a name, don't they? Though.
Oh, is it the Goose IPA?
But that's what it is. It says Bright Citrus.
Oh yeah, that's called. No, it's called Goose Island. Goose IPA.
Goose IPA. That's the whole name. That's it.
Yeah. But it's a winner of 6 Great American Beer Festival medals. So, in taste, good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Try it.
Yeah.
Oh, breaking news.
So breaking news. BJ Penn is out of UFC Fight Night 97. This is reported by MMA Junkie. I'm sure a bunch of other sources have released this information, but he is out there. The fight is next weekend. Mm-hmm. So looking forward to it. Not anymore. BJ Penn is out. It looks like it's undisclosed injury as of right now. Not sure what it is, but he is out of his headlining fight against Ricardo Lamas in Manila next weekend.
Now, do you think this is a sign that he's just a snob? Because it seems like each time he gets close to that fight, something happens. Last time it was
like some USADA violation with some medical. I don't know. It's a tough decision, but.
Okay,
that's bummed, man. I'm bummed, man. I was looking forward to that one.
I was bummed that he left Jackson because I think he was really motivated.
No, he's back at Jackson's.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he was a sweet, his past few weeks. Yeah, he was here in Orange County at the Ruka gym, but he's been posting pictures at Jackson's all week. So
sucks, man. He gets close to that carrot, man, and something happens.
That's horrible, man.
Yeah,
that is bad. So BJ Penn is out of his fight in Manila. Ricardo Lamas, UFC Fight Night 97. Breaking news, right here.
It
sucks. All right, so
Well,
we'll get to fight picks.
That kills
right
me
now.
for this show.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still trying to struggle catch on my voice here. But we're gonna get to some fight picks. We got some good fights. I know Combate Americas has an event this weekend. I believe it's this weekend. I'll
Campbell, we should fly this out, man.
double check on that one. But yeah, you got some good fights this weekend. You have WSOF. I know it's Gaethje is fighting in the main event. That is okay. So on October 7th, you have one FC 48 State of Warriors. That's in Myanmar. Catch that. It's only $9.99 on their streaming service on their website. So you go to ONE FC, you go to their online website streaming service, $9.99 to buy the pay-per-view. Also, if you have the Fight Network, I believe they show it on the Fight Network.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a paid subscription channel, so.
the lucky Canadians right there. Then you have WSOF is Gaethje versus Dugalabov. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Russian Cat. That's on October 7th from Kansas City, Missouri. You have David Branch, 2-division champ David Branch against Vinny Magalhaes. You have Jason High on the card. You have John Howard on the card. You have Sean Jordan on the card. Really good card. That's an NBC Sports this weekend. I believe this Friday. You also have Legacy FC 60. Heaton versus East. That's also on the 7th. So on Friday, you have ONE FC, WSOF 33, and Legacy FC 60 all on Friday. Legacy's on Access TV. WSOF on NBC. And then October 8th, which is the card we're going to go over, at least the main card, and give you our picks. So you can, maybe go to Vegas and see how we do. I guess I don't know.
You have friends in Vegas, you can call them and have them do the pick.
Exactly. Or go on. I'm sure there's a number of sites now, right? I haven't done that yet.
You should.
You have Stefan Struve on the card. You have Brad Pickett on the card. You have Albert Tumanov on the card. But we're going to start from the Jimmy Manua and Ovid St. Preux fight and then go up to the main card, or the main event. So Jimmy Manua, Ovid St. Preux, who do you have?
I like Ovid St. Preux in this fight. He looked bad against John Jones. He dropped it, but I think he looks good enough where he can beat anybody else but the champ. Or most everybody else.
I think so too. I mean, I'm going to go with OSP. I think his size and his power is going to win him this fight. I think Manoa's a really good fighter, but I don't think he has... I think technically, I think he might be better, but in terms of aggression and in that free form, free flow style that OSP has, I think Manoa thinks too much when he's in there sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be his downfall. I think Ovid St. Preux is going to catch him with something and hurt him. That's what I think. Then you have Vitor Belfort versus Gegard Mousasi in the co-main event, which is a great one. I'm looking forward to that one.
That's a good fight. Close fight. I'm going to go with Mousasi. I think his wrestling could be the factor in this fight. Yeah. I think as long as you survive the first couple rounds with Balfour, I think you can tire him out, especially with wrestling. So I'm going to go with Mousasi.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mousasi too. I think his wrestling, and he's younger. He's a fresher fighter. I think he's just going to probably take it, especially on the ground.
Yeah.
Bisping versus Dan Henderson for the middleweight championship. Who do you have?
Man, this is a dangerous fight, both for the UFC and for both guys involved. Dan
Henderson said he's going to retire.
He can walk away with that belt, which puts that belt in. It devalues that belt, in my opinion. I think Dan Henderson has a very good chance of winning this fight. I mean, you can never count him out, especially with his punching power. But I think Bisping has learned his lesson from his first fight. I think he can avoid that fight. He can dirty box Dan Henderson, and as long as he avoids his punching power and avoids the takedown, he could be good. I'm going to pick Michael Bisping to win via decision.
I think so too. I think as long as Bisping can stay away from that big H bomb, I'm going to give it to Bisping. I think he's 37 now, but I think he's getting better with age.
Yeah.
And obviously with USADA in play, the playing field is a little bit more even.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as long as he can avoid the H bomb, I think it's Bisping all day. I think training with Jason Perillo's helped him a lot.
Very underrated coach.
Yeah, really underrated coach. Worked with a bunch of people, Cyborg, BJ Penn. I'm gonna go Bisping.
Yeah,
I think as long as he can avoid the H bomb, it's Bisping all day.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a point match.
Yeah,
and he's gonna win by points.
I mean, worst case scenario is that he gets knocked out again. That would probably be the worst case scenario. I don't see him losing by
that.
I don't see him losing by decision, but I could see him getting caught with something, and that'll be bad.
Me too.
That would be bad.
Because Bisping is coming kind of aggressive sometimes.
Yeah.
That could be. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. That would be bad for him, man.
Not only does he lose his title, but he gets 2 highlight reels from two different eras.
Yeah, I know. That would be bad.
Bad.
All right, so make sure you catch that. That's WSOF, all those fights, UFC, Bisping versus Henderson this weekend, all that. Also, if you're in the Southern California area, you had the FitCon in Pomona. A lot of people are going to be there. Our sponsors, Hollow Rock, are going to be there.
Go say hello.
Go say hello. Get some of their gear. Ariani is going to be there. It's going to be a few people because I know the fight's in Manchester, so they're going to be all the UK ring card girls. So those all the girls, the UFC girls, normal girls, are going to be here. It's in Pomona. I think it's at the Fairplex, if I'm not mistaken. The FitCon is also this weekend. And that's it. Thank you for watching the show. Go to themmacomplex.com to get everything the MMA Complex, everything in case anything you missed. And also, just thank you for watching the show again.
Yeah. We want to thank our sponsor, Hollow Rock. Go to hollowrockgear.com.
Yeah.
Register at the site and then use the promo code Complex15 to save yourself 50%. You can follow him on Twitter, MMA Complex Josh. Follow me, MMA Complex James JYMZ. You can send Josh some chicken noodle soup, man, and hopefully he gets better soon.
Yeah.
But you can follow the show on all platforms of social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the MMA Complex.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, pretty easy stuff. Yeah. Hopefully we get a guest for you guys next week. But
yeah,
until then, there's plenty of fights. Enjoy them, and we'll see you guys next week.